My name is Darrell Denslow. I'm a professional MMA athlete and fighter. I had a stage 3 ACL rupture. I avulsed a piece of my tibia. I tore my medial and lateral meniscus and had a deep distal femoral bone bruise. I ruptured my biceps tendon and I was scheduled for surgery through Dr. Nguyen. I always have been extremely competitive, always into combat sports. I was in the military, started training martial arts through the military. I train all over the country. I train 5 days a week, sometimes 2 times a day. The amount of stress on the body is pretty high, especially in MMA, where you're on the ground, standing, kicking, punching, rolling, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, joint manipulation, chokes, a lot of different aspects that you need to be prepared for. Thankfully, I didn't have any joint problems. Been pretty fortunate. I'm 6'7", so to have no knee and hip problems or shoulders is pretty good. I was asked to be a guest to do a jiu-jitsu class in between fights, and I was in about my 15th minute of training, and it was getting a little sweaty, a little wet on the ground. I hip tossed a guy, and my foot got caught in the mat as I turned, and I heard a pop. Pretty much knew I'd blown my ACL. Finished the class, and because it didn't swell, I thought maybe there was a chance I just popped it and there was nothing too bad. Hurt quite a bit that night and the next couple of days, and then the pain kind of went away. Went and got an MRI and realized that I had really done a number on my knee. So during physical therapy on my knee, it was an elongated Superman move, and when I literally just brought it in at normal power, I felt it pop. Knew what it was instantly, got an MRI the next day, took it to Dr. Nguyen during my knee appointment, and he looked at it and said, it's definitely ruptured, and scheduled me for surgery. Because you want to do that within a week, so it was like 3 days later. How did this affect my daily life with athletics? Shut it down, basically. The ACL is much tougher than I thought to come back from. A lot of laying around, because it's hard to move, it's very tight. Thankfully, physical therapy needs to be started within a week after surgery. And it was a painful first couple of times, but to get the flexion extension back make total sense. But I advanced pretty quickly. I got out of crutches in a couple of days and out of a brace in a couple of days. It's just how fast you heal, basically. How do I feel now? I would say 98%. But at a very high level, at a professional level of MMA, it's as high as it goes. So these guys are very well trained, hours and hours and hours of sparring, so you need to be very sure of yourself and very sure of your reconstruction to be able to get in there, because you're not thinking about your knee when you're getting punched in the head. You have to feel confident that it's strong and gonna hold up. That took me a couple months, to be honest, and I'm at that point now, so now I can start training for my fight. It got me back to a passion and a sport that I love. A good outcome is considered great, but I got a great outcome. So I'm very thankful that I got Dr. Nguyen and the Core Institute, and everything I had heard about them was definitely proven true on my end. My experience at the Core Institute was about as easy as it goes. It was anxiety-free, I like to say. Everything was streamlined. I'd like to use the term precise. The Core Institute has changed my daily life tremendously, and in fact I can still hike with my kids. Every Saturday and Sunday we hike the McDowell Mountains. I can also train as a professional athlete, which, blowing your ACL and your bicep, those can be career enders as a professional athlete. And thankfully Dr. Tony Nguyen, he's got the hands of an angel, and did the exact graft that I needed, the exact surgery I needed, and the knee feels better than it did before I blew it, to be honest. And he understood what my athletic ability was and where I wanted to go. So I feel that he did a custom knee for me, which is what he does for every patient. And that's about the best healthcare you can get.